All right, everyone, this is heartbreaking news. Producer and songwriter Takeoff has reportedly passed away at just 29 years old. Born in Memphis and reportedly found deceased in his Nashville apartment, his sudden passing has left fans searching for answers. He played a role in major records, including work connected to Sicko Mode, and collaborated with some of the biggest names in music, including Future, Travis Scott, and Beyoncé. Those high-profile connections have already fueled countless discussions online, but at this stage, it's important to separate verified facts from internet speculation. According to reports, he was discovered during a welfare check at his apartment earlier today. Officials say the Grammy-nominated artist, born Kirshmik Ball, was found deceased, and investigators initially stated there were no immediate signs of foul play. But here's the part that's raising questions for many people. If the official cause of death has not yet been determined and the autopsy is still pending, some are wondering how investigators reached that early conclusion so quickly. Those unanswered questions have sparked widespread debate across social media, although no evidence has been released publicly to suggest anything beyond what authorities have officially stated. For now, the case remains pending final autopsy results, and until those findings are released, the full picture is still unknown. The early statement saying there were no signs of foul play has definitely caught a lot of people's attention. Born on September 20th, 1996, the Tennessee native started producing beats at just 14 years old, developing a sound heavily inspired by Southern hip-hop legends like 3 6 Mafia, 8 Ball, and MJG. By 2018, his work alongside fellow Memphis artists BlocBoy JB had begun breaking beyond the local scene, eventually grabbing Drake's attention and changing the trajectory of his career. That breakthrough led to the massive success of Look Alive, one of the records that introduced his production talent to a worldwide audience. From there, his resume grew at an incredible pace, including co-producing Travis Scott's chart-topping hit, Sicko Mode, which reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earned a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Song. He also received production credits on Eminem's Not Alike from the Kamikaze album, further proving he could work at the highest level of the industry. His credits didn't stop there, as he also co-produced Beyoncé's Before I Let Go and served as an executive producer on Sexyy Red's 2024 project In Sexy We Trust, while also producing breakout records like Pound Town and Sexyy. There's no question he built an impressive career and turned his talent into remarkable success in a relatively short period. Now, with so many people waiting for answers, attention has naturally shifted toward the upcoming autopsy results, as fans hope they will provide clarity about what really happened. In a 2022 interview with Rolling Stone, Key reflected on his journey and the path that helped shape his career. During that interview, he spoke about how growing up in Memphis shaped the sound and direction of his music career. Looking back on his roots, he explained that music wasn't something he discovered later in life. It was part of who he was from the very beginning. He said he was born into that culture and raised around it every single day. According to him, Memphis music was all he listened to growing up, and it was the soundtrack of his entire household. He also credited his stepfather as a major influence on his music taste, noting that they remain close to this day. That's something worth pointing out, because the people around you early in life often have a bigger impact than most realize. A few years later, while speaking with the publication again, Key revealed that he had partnered with the National Museum of African American Music during the holiday season to give back to young people in his community. The initiative included gifts, food, educational opportunities, and free admission to the museum, all designed to inspire the next generation. His message was simple but powerful. This is where he came from, and music became the outlet that changed his life. He encouraged young people to pursue education while also believing in their dreams and creative ambitions. Hearing that, it's clear he wasn't focused only on building his own success. He was actively looking for ways to help others create opportunities for themselves as well. While reflecting on the struggles he faced growing up and how those experiences help him connect with the youth he mentors today, Key explained that he had been working with the city of Memphis and several local programs to support children in underserved communities. He openly shared that he grew up in Section 8 housing, was raised primarily by a single mother, and experienced financial hardships that included government assistance, free school lunches, and food stamps. Those challenges became a major part of his story and helped shape his perspective on life. Rather than allowing those obstacles to define him, he made it his mission to show young people that success is still possible regardless of where they start. He added that motivating kids remains one of his biggest passions, especially when young producers and aspiring artists reach out looking for guidance and inspiration. He also shared that whenever young producers or aspiring artists reached out asking for advice, he never turned them away. That tells you a lot about the kind of person he was behind the scenes. By all accounts, he genuinely invested time in giving back to his community instead of focusing only on his own success. Sadly, that kind of dedication isn't something you see every day in the entertainment industry. With that being said, I just want to take a moment to say rest in peace to Takeoff. His passing is a tremendous loss, and there's no doubt that countless people will feel his absence. The young people he inspired and mentored will especially remember the impact he made on their lives. Sometimes a person's greatest legacy isn't just the music they leave behind, it's the lives they help change along the way. The reality is that not every celebrity chooses to give back once they achieve success. Many people build incredible careers, but community outreach isn't always a priority. Based on reports and the stories shared about him, Takeoff made a real effort to support others and create opportunities for the next generation. That's something that deserves recognition, regardless of everything else being discussed today. As for the circumstances surrounding his passing, many questions still remain unanswered. Authorities have indicated that there were no immediate signs of foul play, but the official cause of death has not yet been confirmed because the autopsy results are still pending. Until those findings are released, it's best to avoid jumping to conclusions and allow the investigation to run its course. We'll continue following any verified updates as they become available, because this story is still developing, and there may be more information to come about the legendary Memphis producer and artist. According to the reports released so far, Takeoff was found deceased, and investigators have stated that there were no immediate signs of foul play. However, one important detail that shouldn't be overlooked is that the official autopsy has not yet been completed, meaning the exact cause of death has not been confirmed. At this point, authorities have not publicly explained what led to his passing. Reports indicate that he had been living in Nashville, where he continued building his career and working on music. Until more verified information becomes available, the full story simply isn't known, and it's important to let the investigation run its course.
What makes this story especially heartbreaking is his age. Just 29 years old. He hadn't even reached his 30th birthday. Whenever someone with so much talent and so much life ahead of them passes away unexpectedly, it's only natural for people to have questions. Social media is already filled with countless theories, but without evidence, they remain speculation rather than fact. The focus right now should remain on the confirmed details as investigators continue their work. No matter what the final findings reveal, this is a tremendous loss for the music industry and for everyone who admired his work. Takeoff's contributions as a producer and songwriter helped shape some of the biggest records of the last several years, and that legacy won't be forgotten. Most importantly, our thoughts are with his family, his close friends, his collaborators, and the fans who are grieving this tragic news. May he rest in peace, and hopefully his loved ones receive the answers they're waiting for in the days ahead.